Well, I'm sorry to say that after sticking around till everyone left, not a single member, not a single UAW member told me to vote for that bill. In fact, most of them came up and said, you know what, Aaron, stick to your guns. Do what you think's right. And they knew better than to take the bait. And so I came back with the president to Washington, D.C., and I stuck by the convictions that got me elected, and I voted against this stimulus bill. $787 billion, the largest spending bill in United States history. And guess what? When the president lobbied for my vote on Air Force One, we didn't even have a bill. The bill was not filed before Congress until 11 p.m. that night when we got off the plane, and Nancy Pelosi called it before the House at 10 a.m. the next morning. Is that change you believe in? No. Is that honoring a 5-day of sunshine promise? No. Then what did we get? We heard all about the deficit spending under the Republican administration. We heard all about the change that was going to occur under a new administration. Look, I'm the first to say, Republicans made some mistakes when they had control. They overspent. But this administration is trying to cure alcoholism by giving them a barn full of whiskey. You're not going to spend your way out of debt. You're not going to spend your way back to prosperity. The largest deficit budget passed under President Bush was $400 billion. This budget passed under President Obama is $1.3 trillion in the red. This budget was introduced and passed in less than 24 hours. Is that change we can believe in? Is that honoring a 5-day pledge for sunshine? Then what did we get? Oh, we got to stop carbon output. We got to lower emissions. We need green jobs. We need green energy. We need cap and trade. This bill was ramrodded through right before the 4th of July holiday, folks. They passed it by 4 votes in the House of Representatives. 4-vote difference, even though they have a 50-seat majority in the House. 4 votes swung it. So what happened then? Well, 435 members came back home for the 4th of July break. And a majority of them, they didn't like what they heard. That's right. You told them what was up. Ladies and gentlemen, the power is not in Congress. The power is with the people. Republicans haven't stopped the national health care overtake. The American people have. The president has tried to blame the Republicans in Congress for not passing his bill. They don't need Republicans. They have a 50-seat majority. Mr. President, get your team together. Mr. President, get your act together. The fact of the matter is, your folks don't like your bill. Why? Because they're coming home and listening to the American people, and you're telling them what? Vote no. Vote no. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have your chance to make sure that your elected representative hears you. Because we don't live in a state like Iran, where we have unelected ayatollahs and a guy named Ahmadinejad. We have a democracy where every 2 years, 435 members stand before you, and you can either hire them or you can fire them. And ladies and gentlemen, this seems very similar to 1996. You know, the President of the United States has only called for a joint session of Congress in the history of our country 4 times. Every one of those times were at an act of war or a time of national crisis. When we were attacked in Pearl Harbor, when John F. Kennedy was shot, when we went to war after September 11th. With one exception. When Bill Clinton, under the same topic, called for a joint session to try and push through Hillary Care. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi make Bill Clinton look reasonable. Now let me tell you why, because these aren't just platitudes, I got facts. When Bill Clinton and then Speaker Foley tried to push through Hillary Care was in the House Ways and Means Committee, which is the committee of jurisdiction, for 17 days. 17 days, the Democrat-controlled Congress debated Hillary Care before they passed it to the floor. Obamacare, House Bill 3200, spent less than 17 hours in that same committee this year. Now, is that change you can believe in? Is that 5 days of sunshine? I think not. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like in 1996, the American people took back control of their government, took back control of Congress, and held their elected representatives accountable. We need to do the same in 2010. It's up to you to do it. I look forward to helping you hold them accountable. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve, and thank you for being here today. God bless.